my name is Jordan Harris.
My name is Mariah Harris.
And this is Daddy-Daughter Movie Reviews. So what we do is pretty simple. We watch family movies and then we give you all reviews based on two different perspectives. One perspective is from the adult and the other perspective is?
From the kid.
Right. So we'll go over 11 different questions. It's 10 questions and then the last question is basically, should adults go to the movie? Should adults watch the movie? And should kids see the movie? So the 10 questions that we'll cover is, were you able to follow the storyline? Then we'll ask the second question, which is, for parents, is it 100% appropriate for kids? Is the movie 100% appropriate for kids? Then we'll ask the adults, did you actually like the movie? We'll talk about if there are any scary parts for the kids. We'll ask the parents and the child if they found anything funny in the movie, if they laughed quite a few times. We'll talk about the soundtrack. We'll ask if there's any bad language. We'll ask, did it seem like a long movie? The ninth question is it rewatchable? So what's the rewatchability rating on that? And then number 10 is just going to be our overall rating. And then, like I said, the 11th question is going to be, should adults go to the movie? And does a parent think that a child should watch it? All right, Raya, so do you want to tell our wonderful audience what movie we're reviewing if they can't guess yet?
We're reviewing Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Right, so we went and watched that on Thursday, so it was like the sneak peek the day before it came out. I know it came out on Friday for most people, but we went to see it on Thursday. So we're going to give our quick review on that. So number one question is, were you able to follow the storyline, or do you think it was too complicated or too crazy, or what are your thoughts on that?
I could follow the storyline, but there's a few parts that were a little confusing to me, but most of all, it was pretty easy to follow.
Yeah, it wasn't anything I didn't think it was anything too complicated, because every now and again I'll go to a movie and I get kind of lost in what's going on, but I didn't get confused or lost. It was a pretty straightforward storyline. There were some super trippy parts though. We don't want to give any spoilers on it, but it was some super trippy stuff that was kind of whoa, that's kind of crazy. But I don't think the storyline was hard to follow at all. I could see why a 7, 8, 9-year-old would be able to follow it pretty easily. So storyline, you would say, yeah, pretty easy to follow then?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the next question is, was it 100% appropriate for kids? It was, let me look this up real quick, because I believe it was PG-13, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's PG-13. There were a couple, I think I might have counted 4 words in there that were kind of, I don't know, I guess the difference between a G movie and a PG-13 movie. So they did say the simple cuss words, like the D word a couple times. Said the S word once, I believe, and then there was one time, one scene where they said one word over and over. I honestly couldn't believe they put that in the movie. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about, which is a good thing. But yeah, so that was kind of, I don't know if I would say confusing or concerning or whatnot, but I just thought that was different. Were you kind of caught off guard by any of the words that was used in the movie, or were they?
No, it was pretty usual, because usually all the PG-13s have cuss words in it.
Right, at least one or two. Nothing you hardly ever hear the F word or anything like that, and that wasn't in there. So yeah. Okay, so let's talk about adults. Do adults like the movie? So Raya and I, we go see just about any type of family movie you can think of. So we go to Disney animated movies, we go to PG movies, obviously we go to Marvel movies, a little bit of everything. So with this, obviously a lot of adults watch the superhero movies and the Marvel movies and stuff. So yeah, adults would like this. I had a blast watching. I thought it was really good. I love that movie. Now let's go and ask about, so question number 4, scary parts. Do you think there were any parts that was kind of scary, made you cover your eyes or anything like that?
There's one part, but it didn't make me cover my eyes. It just like made me look away a little. But
Yeah.
yeah,
We can't give any spoilers away on that, but the movie is like I think 2 hours and 5 minutes, something like that. So if the movie is that long and you only have you said just one scene that made you cover your eye, or at
yeah.
least cover your eyes, that you said?
No, like I looked away a little.
Okay, so it was one scene that made you look away, and for everybody out there, just know that Raya is like super scary when it comes to the movie. Like, it doesn't take much to make her like cover her eyes or pause the movie, want to walk out. So if she survived it, it's pretty good as far as kids being able to watch the movie, not having any scary parts. I had to put you out there. Sorry about that. Okay, so the next question is about the soundtrack. So you go to movies like Moana, they obviously had like a whole bunch of new songs in it. Encanto, that had a bunch of new songs in it.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the soundtrack, if there really was a sound in this movie?
The soundtrack, I wouldn't say like it's terrific, but it's fine.
Yeah, because they did have a few old songs in it, but there were no original songs. There's nothing like The Little Mermaid, where you get 4 or 5 brand new songs that's written for the movie. It's just it's just songs from way back in the day that they put into this, but it's no original songs or anything like that. And that's part of why I think when it comes to a soundtrack, I would say it almost doesn't exist for this movie. They just added a few things from old albums back in the day. We talked about earlier. We were asking her like if it's 100% appropriate for kids, and we talked about the language. So that's what question number 7 is. Was there any bad language in it? And like we said earlier, yeah, there were a few words. I think they may be in like 4. Well, yeah, there was 4 cuss words. One of those words was used like over and over in one scene, which is a little cringeworthy for me since I had my little daughter sitting next to me, but apparently went right over her head, which is a good thing in that sense. So yeah, I don't think you really have anything to add about that, right?
No.
Language. Okay. All right. So like I said before, it's about 2 hours and maybe 5 minutes. So question number 8 is, did the movie seem like it was a long movie? Were you in there like looking at your, like, man, what time am I going to leave? Is this almost over? Were you doing that?
No, it felt really short to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the same thing. It seemed like it went by real quick. We've been, like, there's a couple of movies that we went to. I don't want to say the names of them, but I was in there dozing off and, like, getting tired, waiting, looking at my watch over and over, and then looking at my phone, Googling to see what the runtime was so I could know when the movie was going to be over. I didn't do that this time, though.
The movie felt like only 30 minutes.
Yeah, it kind of flew by, didn't it?
Yeah.
Especially after the first few parts, because, and we don't want to do any spoilers, but the first few parts where it's like setting the movie up, it seemed like that was going pretty slow.
Yeah.
But once they brought in the villain, it seemed like it picked up and took off on us. It went pretty quick after that.
Yeah.
Okay, rewatchability. So we have Disney Plus, and we watch Disney Plus like crazy around here.
Yeah.
So when it comes on Disney Plus, do you think you will watch it on Disney Plus? And if so, do you think you'll watch it multiple times on Disney Plus?
Yeah, I probably will because wait, never mind.
You don't want to say you almost gave a spoiler away. You can say who the villain is. They've seen that in the trailer.
I was gonna say it.
Oh, you're going to say a whole nother. Okay. All right. Well, don't say it then. We don't want to ruin it for y'all. Okay. So, rewatchability for me. I would say, yeah, it's a decent level of rewatchability because it is like a few funny parts. You know, Ant-Man typically is funnier than, let's say, the Avengers movies, right?
Yeah.
It's like a comedy almost. So, it is funny. So, funny movies, their rewatchability rate tend to go up quite a bit for me naturally. but I don't think I'd watch it probably 2 or 3 more times for the rest of my life. I don't think so. But who knows? We'll see. Maybe I'll walk in the living room and you'll have it on and I'll sit down and watch it with you one of these days, and maybe I'll do that 4 or 5 more times. Who knows? Because I know you watch movies over and over and over.
Yeah.
And over. Okay, so question number 10 is about the rating of the movie. So, I guess, let's have you start with that. What do you rate the movie?
So 0 out of 100, it would be solid 82.
82. All right, I'm not mad at that. Okay, so give us a little bit of information and explain to us why an 82.
Because, I would give it an 82 because like it had like all the stuff I liked. It had a whole bunch of action. It had comedy. All the stuff I liked.
Cool. Okay. So as far as my rating goes, I would say probably an 85. Maybe that's a little high for me, but yeah, probably an 85. It was it did have some pretty good action scenes. I liked those quite a bit. It made me laugh quite a bit. I did laugh a few times in there. And then I thought the villain was real cool too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I like Jeremy Irons quite a bit. I think he's the dude that played Kang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do some huge things in Hollywood. So seeing him on screen was pretty cool. Yeah, I would say probably an 85. I think I was kind of leaning towards 83 or something, but that just seemed too close to your score, so I'll go at 85. Okay, so like I said before, we watch a little bit of everything when it comes to the type of movies, so much so that we have to have the question, should adults go to the movie to see this? Because there's a few times where I'll take Raya to a movie and I'm like, oh man, I wish I wish I didn't have to sit through this thing, because it was just not for me. But this movie, definitely, definitely go to the movies and watch this. This movie is for adults just as much as I believe it's for kids. I think it's for both. So, do you think kids your age, or from the age of 6 up to 10 to 12 years old, do you think they should go and watch this movie? Or
I think like 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds enough to watch it.
Yeah. Because we do have a younger daughter, Lundy. She went to watch it. She's 5 and she was just fine, but she's a little different. So she's a little different. She's a beast. But yeah. Do you have any other comments or questions about Ant-Man Quantumania?
No, I don't.
Okay. So we appreciate you viewing this our first podcast. This is actually a whole lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to doing a whole lot more of these. We'll continue to we'll continue watching these family movies, and then we'll give you our reviews and let you know if we believe adults, if it fits adults, and then we'll give you the perspective if it fits children as well. In this case, it does. It's a good show. It's a good movie for kids and adults. So that's all that I have. Anything else?
Nope.
All right, cool. So thanks again for watching. Please do like and subscribe. See you on the next time. Peace. God
Bye.
bless.